Anxiety is a topic I always wanted to talk about. Therefore, today I'm gonna share with you simple ways on how to deal with anxiety in our everyday life. I'm gonna show you especially with my pregnancy. If you could smell this, what's going on in their lives, that look at me with my grandma hats. I always call it grandma hats because usually here in Korea, all the halmonis, they wear this. The thing that helped me with my anxiety is the way I see the world and shifting my own perspective, because I came to realize very deeply that however I see the world is how the world is gonna be. If I see the world as this scary place, that it is gonna be a scary world. And if I choose to think the world is happy and safe, then that's what my reality is going to reflect. When I got pregnant, I stopped consuming any pregnancy videos or others experiences, which is counterintuitive because that's what you want to do, right? You want to see how other people live. And I even joined a group here in Korea of people pregnant and stuff, but I kept hearing about these problems during pregnancy and how hard it is and how the government here in Korea is not very supportive and etc., which honestly I don't agree with. I don't know, like that's not what I think. I will make a video about being pregnant in Korea soon because I got a comment that requested one, so I'm still gonna talk about these things. But I've seen all this content about how pregnancy is hard and it's not a joke, and like you become crazy, etc. And I removed myself from that completely, and I just chose to have my own perspective on pregnancy, and I chose to have a positive experience. And actually, so far, it has been really good. Of course, there are symptoms that are not comfortable. Of course, there are things to overcome. But overall, I am growing a human being. And it's a miracle by itself, and my body is doing it on its own. And I just got a whole new appreciation of my body. If you feel overwhelmed by life, just know that you can change your perspective at any moment, and you can see the same circumstances differently. It is up to you. I'm back from my walk. Today I walked 8,300 steps. Excuse this mess, I am washing the bedding. I learned this new habit this past couple of weeks or so, where whenever I come back from my walk, I always take 15 minutes where I just sit down and observe my thoughts. It's the exact same as meditation, but by not calling it meditation, it takes the pressure off. It's like I just sit down and do nothing. I don't try to meditate. I don't try to focus on my breath. I don't try to just observe the thoughts, whatever. I just do nothing. I think that's important when dealing with anxiety as well, because anxiety sometimes can come from overthinking. And overthinking can be the result of unprocessed thoughts. Like you have thoughts, but you never go deep enough to deal with it completely and let it go. Sometimes we start a thought, we leave it in the middle, and we think we're done with it, but it stays at the back of our minds, and it just accumulates, which can create a lot of noise in our mind, and therefore overthinking can happen because we forget to take the time to process our thoughts. And I think by doing this process of doing nothing, I give my brain the chance to tell me whatever thoughts the brain wanna like entertain without me intervening. I'm just the observer. I let my mind have its fun with the thoughts. That way they just get processed. Look at the notification I received. 22 weeks. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot to share. I'm 22 weeks today. So, according to the app, my baby is developing a sleep pattern this week. But it might not be like yours. Thus, the night kicks. Oh my gosh, yeah, these past 2 days I have been feeling the baby kicking at night. But yeah, it's so crazy that I'm already 22 weeks. While on the walk, I let this bread rise. I am making some bread because I want to have some tuna sandwich for dinner. So I made the bread. Now I'm gonna shape it into little baguettes before letting it rise again and then baking it. This recipe is always such a success. It gives like those fluffy breads. It's so delicious. You know, I'm planning to make a video what I eat in a day as a pregnant woman. So maybe I'll include this recipe in the video. Let me know if you're interested. Time to take a shower. Today, I think for my lips, I'm gonna use this Mousse Candy Tint by the Sam. The shade is called Tomato. The thing about anxiety is that it can creep up on you without even you realizing it. And the best way to detect that is to always check with your body. See if there is any tension anywhere. When I feel anxious, I barely know the reason why. Sometimes it's an obvious problem going on with my life, but sometimes it's just me feeling off and I never understand why. I think the best first step when you feel that anxiousness and you feel that tension in your body is to be aware of your thoughts. When I observe my thoughts, I realize how many I have in my mind and how many are just running on autopilot without even me realizing, oh, this is the kind of thoughts I have during the day. Some of those thoughts, if not most of them, come with an emotional charge. So I feel tense and anxious without any control because the thought is actually generating that emotion and I'm not even aware and I don't even know where it's from. So I think the best thing to do in that case is to start being aware of what you think during the day. That's what helped me a lot. You're gonna get to know yourself and know what kind of thoughts you have, which means you're gonna know what kind of beliefs you have, because a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. Especially with my pregnancy and my hormones doing whatever they want, it's hard to control sometimes the feeling of anxiety. And now I have new types of anxiety. Yeah, sometimes the baby doesn't move for days and I just get some So anxious about it. Like, am I doing something wrong? Is the baby fine? Is it okay? And then suddenly the baby moves, and I'm like, I was anxious for nothing. So now it's even more important for me to be aware of my thoughts and practice presence and self-awareness, because otherwise you feel like you're going crazy. It's really is tomato colored. Alright, makeup done. Let me show you something that I received 2 days ago. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to show you. So a couple of days ago we received my dear friend Yajin. I know you're watching, so love you, sis. We had a lovely dinner along with her husband and her gorgeous cutie pie of a little son, and she brought me a gift for the baby. She actually also brought me these gorgeous flowers. This is actually exactly the kind of colors I love when it comes to flowers. So this is like the perfect bouquet for me, and I love them so much. They smell so good, and actually it brought some spring vibes into the house, which I love. But this is the gift, and it's the most precious thing ever. It's this cute bunny. I'm gonna show you later because the color is kind of gonna give out the gender, so I'm gonna like unpack this later. But it looks exactly like this. It's just a different color, and it's like the softest material. This is the baby's first ever gift, and I'm so grateful. This dinner is the perfect occasion to talk about one of the important thing when it comes to anxiety is to surround yourself with good people, with good company, and kind of take distance from people who just brings you more stress and more anxiety, and set boundaries, which it was very hard for me to do. Honestly, I know it's not easy to just set boundaries and sometimes like keep your distance from certain people, especially if they're family. But sometimes we need to prioritize ourselves, right? Say, oh, I come first. If you watch YouTube, you're probably on Instagram and TikTok as well, and you know how easy it is to just get into some black holes on that side of the internet. So I think it's very important to be mindful about what you consume when it comes to content. And like before, now I unfollow immediately people that don't bring me any joy, any inspiration. I only follow people I like, or I love the aesthetics of, or I love their content, what they talk about, anything that really brings me value. Those are the people I follow. Sometimes unconsciously I compare myself to those people, or I care so much about what's going on in their lives that it actually affects me somehow, and that's crazy because I should only care about what happens in my life, right? But why struggle with myself to not care? Rather just remove the problem from the roots and just unfollow. And that's freedom we have on social media, and that's a very good thing that we can do, just to, you know, only follow people you like and inspire you. So being mindful of the content we consume is really, really important if you are as well an anxious person. You know what I've been craving lately? I am very surprised at myself for not being a chocolate girl anymore during, like, I don't know what happened during my pregnancy. I just stopped caring about chocolate that much. And if you know me, chocolate is literally the first thing I go for if I want to eat sweet things. If you've seen my baby moon vlogs, the obsession was the salt bread, sogumpang here in Korea. But it changed again. Now my new obsession is lemon drizzle cake. I want the cake to be so lemony it hurts my I craved it so much. I already made 2 of them. Let me show you. Like, I already ate some of it. This is what I love, what I absolutely love eating these days as a sweet treat for myself. This lemon drizzle cake, and it's actually really, really good. This is what it looks like after it's baked. If you could smell this, it smells amazing. I know I talked a lot in this video, and thank you for watching so far. I had so many thoughts to share about anxiety. I still can share so much more, but I think the video is gonna be too long, and yeah, I think I yapped for long enough for this one. So now I am at a cafe with my laptop. I'm gonna edit this video you're watching now. I just wanted to say that I'm still dealing with anxiety. Like, I implemented some of these things I shared with you. There are other things, maybe I'll share them in other videos, but I still deal with it, and I'm still in the process of healing. There are so many things that come to the surface when you decide to heal. It's an ongoing process. You heal from this, and then something else emerges, and then, which is the amazing thing about doing our own healing and our own growth, right? Will I ever heal completely my anxiety? I have no idea. Let's see. One can only hope and smile. Like we say in my home country, if you smile at life, life is gonna smile at you. And I think it's a beautiful saying, and it's so true.